You're listening to Battling Opioids, the podcast. Battling Opioids, the podcast, now on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Google Podcast, TuneIn, Amazon, YouTube, and now radio.com.
Paola Giangiacomo is on the line with us right now. Paola, thanks for joining us. How are you?
Good, Frank. How are you?
It's great to have you here. I understand that you're having a special on the opioid problem tomorrow on Channel 44. Tell us about it.
Yes, this is part 5 of our statewide series on PBS. It's Battling Opioids. Pennsylvania Public Media is presenting its 5th collaborative program on the opioid epidemic. Even though the coronavirus pandemic is going on, the opioid epidemic continues. And in this Part 5 series, which airs on all PBS stations across the state, we'll revisit stories of hope and recovery that we featured in earlier programs. But we'll also talk about how the coronavirus is having an effect on those who are in recovery or who suffer from substance abuse. As you may know, isolation is a trigger for those who suffer from substance abuse, and being under quarantine can actually or might cause people to relapse. But fortunately, instead of having group meetings, face-to-face group meetings, a lot of counselors are offering virtual meetings. So we'll talk about those treatment options that are still available, even though we're under quarantine. We'll also talk to the District Attorney of Lackawanna County, Mark Powell. His office recently received a $900,000 grant to help combat the opioid epidemic in Lackawanna County, and he'll talk about how this money will be used to study the opioid issue in Lackawanna County, and also how his Opioid Recovery Coalition, which is a community of stakeholders, how they are tackling the issue. So he talks about, how that money will be used, and also how the county is trying to help people who are in recovery and help them combat the opioid epidemic. And we'll also talk to a person, Cammie Anderson. She's in the Tunkhannock Area School District, and she talks about the importance of educating your kids from as young as kindergarten on the effects of alcohol and drugs, and how to talk to your kids about drugs and alcohol before it becomes a problem. So we cover a wide range of issues, but all of it is about offering treatment and help and resources. You can call 1-800-662-HELP if you're having a problem or you need to talk to someone, and you can also go to battlingopioids.org. But this program airs Thursday night, that's tomorrow, April 23rd, on WVIA and all PBS stations across Pennsylvania. It starts at 8 p.m., Frank.
I think this is an absolutely critical program. I mean, I'm just thinking a few months ago, the opioid problem would have been like the main topic of our talk show. Yep. And now because of COVID, we don't even mention it, and yet it is still as prominent as ever. And people are at risk because of this. This is going to be a great program.
It really is. Even though overdose deaths have declined, it's still a problem. A lot of, not just in Pennsylvania, but across the nation. And that's why it's important to drive home treatment options that are available, and this helpline that you can call 24/7. And because we're under quarantine, it can trigger relapses in people. So that's why it's important to let people know that you can still have virtual meetings and get help if you need it. So that's why this topic is it's really important just to keep talking about it and keep raising awareness, because it is because of the awareness that we've been sharing and spreading that the numbers have dropped. But we still have a lot of work to do.
Now, again, the program is tomorrow. What time? And it's going to be statewide?
Yeah, on all PBS stations across the state at 8 o'clock. You have to check your local listing for PBS. But in our area, it airs at 8 o'clock. And you can also watch it on VIA.org or battlingopioids.org.
Okay, well, we hope you get lots of viewers, but we just had about 900 texts from people saying, "Hi, Paula, we miss you, we love you. How are you?"
Oh, that's so nice. Well, of course, they can watch Battling Opioids Part 5, and of course, they can watch me on Call the Doctor on WBIA.
That's right.
Love it. Well, you stay safe. Thanks for checking in with us.
Thanks. Well, I appreciate your time.
No problem. Paola Giangiacomo.